What is up, everybody? How are y'all doing on this fabulous Friday evening? Hello, hello, come on in. There we go. Sorry, I had to close my door. Want to make sure everything is good and good. You know, if you know, you know. You know. I just wanted to get this started just to kind of, just get us started here. GCD, he is on his way in. He's just working on something, so just was getting the stream taken care of. I want to just introduce all of y'all, because sometimes when I'm having another person on a stream, I don't have as much one-on-one time with y'all. So, how are you doing, Chad? How y'all been? I'm not ignoring you. Okay, I'm gonna stop this bit. What's up, Jobu? And hello, Morty. Hey, a bit of it. Also, can you please stop going live at 20 at midnight? Oh no, dude. Now that I have a sleep stutter, I can't do this anymore. I need you to personally change your streaming time for this one person. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough, Morty. Also, thank you so much, Shadow, for the follow. Yeah, Morty, I have my own problems, but I can start. I could definitely try to get my at least my Saturday streams a little pulled in a little bit. But I work at 9 to 5, so I can't really change it too much. But glad to see you, dude. Also, hello, Anthony. Hello, Wolfo. Hello, 13 Lion. Hello, Travis. Hello, Dr. Awesome. Oh, wow. Not seen Zeke and GCD in years. It has been a while. It has been a while since our last collab type thing. Zeke, do you like puppies? Well, of course I like puppies. Also, Wolfo, you mentioned the members only perks. Basically, it's access to my Discord server. The private Discord server is pretty much like the only perk, and that's for members and for YouTube subscribers. It's a private Discord server. You're already in there, Wolfo, so there you go. That's the main benefit, and plus you get also like videos 24 to 48 hours before they get released whenever I do make a video, and monthly movie nights are pretty much the big thing as well. Although I'm not complaining about a sleep schedule, it's pretty nice. There you go, dude. There you go. I totally get it, Morty. I totally get it. How dare you ignore my question, damn it. I choose to acknowledge your question, but as a counsel and because of the fact it's a dumbass question, I choose to ignore it. All right, I think GCD is ready. All right, cool. I'll go ahead and get him in. Well, hello there.
Hey, sorry about that.
No, it's all good, dude. I just started early, just working the crowd, as it were,
Gotcha.
Being the showman, Welcome to the greatest show on Earth. Something like that.
Yay!
How you doing, dude?
Streaming Ace Attorney with two guys on the internet.
Two has-beens, would you say?
What's a has-been?
Basically like someone above us.
Oh.
But we could get a hotel. You never know.
Maybe. Wait, what?
Don't worry about it. What's up, everyone? How you been?
Has-beens like us probably don't need a coffee at 7 o'clock at night.
Nothing wrong with getting a little coffee to get you going.
I mean, I say coffee, but it's an energy drink.
Oh, what type of energy drink?
It's Gamer Subs. You ever heard of them?
Is that the one where it has like the kind of sus names, like kind of funny names?
Yes. Have you seen Russian Badger? That's the guy. That's the flavor I got. His flavor is called Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. It's actually like a strawberry lime type flavor in actuality. So
Ooh.
believe it or not, it's good.
That doesn't sound bad at all. Kind of like it kind of has like a lime cherry type vibe to it.
Something. I think the actual website listed it as like a strawberry lime flavor. I'm gonna have to double check that.
That sounds, that sounds kind of like a fruity cocktail type thing. Kind of gives you like a vibe that you're in a Mexican beach resort.
I'm too straight to have a cocktail, so.
Oh come on, anyone. Like, are you comfortable enough with your masculinity just to have a fruity drink?
Would you be surprised if I said no?
Not at all. It's actually on brand with you. And I mean that in the nicest way.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Okay, maybe you're a little bit right.
Exactly.
Okay, maybe I'm a lot of it.
Chat, you can't believe a thing this guy says.
No, I constantly find people that take everything I say 100% seriously, I forgot what I was saying. Like the gospel. They're acting as if everything I say is like should be taken. All right, Morty, thanks for stopping by. Also, Shadow, thank you for the bits. He's saying, hello, GC. You seem bona fide cool as always.
Thank you.
Hey, Zeke, after episode 2, do the DLC case? Yeah, I was told that. I think that's the plan. That's the plan that I was going on. Oh, there we go.
We're supposed to do the DLC after this chapter?
Yes, apparently the DLC case takes place right after this case. So if we're going story-wise, it will make a lot more sense.
Fair enough.
So,
all right, let's do this. I'm ready. I'm ready to voice, not, like Prince Charming. There we go. Not Prince Charming.
Yep.
LaBelle. I've been looking forward to him getting cross-examined.
Let's do it then. Yeah, we left on a cliffhanger.
We left right before the trial started, right?
Yes, we did.
All right, this has got to be the last day of the trial.
Yeah, apparently there is a character who appears out of nowhere and you'll be confused. Okay, so just canonically it makes sense. Got it. Fair enough. April 19th, 9:30 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Let's finish it up before 4:20, dude. Court is now in session. All rise.
The Honorable Judge is presiding over the case. Court is back in session for the trial of Damon Tenma.
You know what? Fair enough. I honestly think his name could be Judge. Also, thank you so much, Shadow, for 100 bits. I guess GCD is about to objection the witness.
Like you wouldn't believe. Wait, was that a... Are you people putting... You know what? I'm not thinking about it. Apollo Justice, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor.
Athena Sykes, assistant defender, is ready too, Your Honor. Giuseppe. I think I said that right.
Don't ask me. I wouldn't know. As chipper as ever I see. And in French, no less. And the prosecution?
I got these chains, Your Honor.
Very well then. By the way, I asked Detective Fulbright to provide sturdier shackles today. There will be no more of your funny business this time, Prosecutor Blackquill.
Humph.
Now, your opening statement, if you would. I believe it's standard procedure for the prosecution to handle it. I mean, you've been doing this for 80 years, my estimation. You should probably know how this goes by now.
He's just doing it by the books. He's just so dedicated. And no, Shadow, he's legit a prisoner. Looks like the judge is really bringing it today.
Blackwell got sentenced for murder, right?
Yep.
Ah. He's probably realized how Blackwell played him. That was one mean game of Simon Says.
No one plays with your honorable judge. Yeah, his honor has to fight to defend his honor today. Your baldness. It's plain to see that you already dreamed of delivering an epic opening statement.
I have? I don't know if I'd say that.
Why, of course you have. I saw it in your eyes the last time you gave the opening statement. That was the look of one who yearns deeply for the thrill of an epic opening statement. For decades now, you have been watching opening statements from your bench. They were the crown jewels of the courts, the one thing you cannot possess.
The crown jewels of the court?
Now, at long last, they are within your grasp. How could you possibly refuse? Firmly grasp it, Your Honor!
Oh, so you don't mind if I do it then?
I'll make a special exception, just this once. Here we go again.
Yep, more of Blackwell's mind games. The dude's definitely manipulative enough to be a murderer.
Yeah, definitely.
In fact, he's probably more manipulative than all the actual Ace Attorney murderers combined so far.
They're really running with the whole idea that the prosecutors are also kind of like the antagonist, but they're not really evil, you know?
They might just be go full on, this guy is evil at this point.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, I think they just decided, you know what? To heck with it. Let's actually full drive it this time. Let's really make him a son of a gun.
You know what? I like that. I like that.
You know what? It was bound to happen eventually. And you know what? I'm okay with it. It's kind of cool.
That's what I like about the Ace Attorney, the prosecutors, because there's a wide range of like friendly to you. They're just looking for like justice. There's some that just see you as like a pest. Some that are like truly evil. I like it. The wide gauntlet.
Well, in that case, I think I might go ahead and make the opening statement myself.
You go, Judge.
Ahem. In yesterday's session, we learned the shocking truth that the victim, Alderman Rex Cubey, was the amazing Ninetails. We also learned that
he is a furry.
The amazing Ninetails was a key figure in the yokai craze and anti-merger protests.
I definitely agree, John. Godot is probably the best prosecutor in my opinion. He's my favorite character.
It was further revealed that upon learning Rex Cubey's secret identity, Mayor Damien Tenma murdered him. The fact that the crime took place in a tightly locked room was also brought to light. And the only people in that tightly locked room were the defendant and victim. The defense proposed the existence of a hypothetical third party. But further investigation revealed no proof of a third party who had escaped the room.
Ergo,
we must conclude that the evidence against the defendant is, well, conclusive. Did I say something wrong?
that was quite astonishing. You've truly outdone yourself this time.
Oh, One more thing to boast about to my grandchild.
He loves his grandchild, I forgot.
Well, this was not it. Well, this was not an unexpected turn of events.
Now then, it seems the prosecution has called a new witness to testify.
The unexplicable yokai evidence left at the scene of the crime. Well, does that not demand some sort of explanation?
The feathers and tracks? Weren't those left by the mayor while he was possessed?
That was but an act to protect his daughter.
Oh! Yes, of course. I had suspected as much.
Wait, did he actually believe the mayor's award-winning performance?
His daughter was the one who planted the yokai evidence. Ergo, the true identity of the yokai in the manor was the manor's maid, Jinsei Tanama.
Objection!
The prosecution is engaging in mere conjecture.
Would you care for some witness testimony then? For I am ready to prove that the little scamp is the one behind the Temataro farce.
Witness testimony? I bet he means Filch and that creep LaBelle.
Very well then. Bailiff, would you bring in the first witness?
I don't know how many times we often get the same witness on the stand twice.
Yeah, it normally doesn't happen.
Oh, Mr. Filch, you made quite the hasty exit yesterday. See that it does not happen again today.
Been known for my hasty retreats since I was a kid. Bit of a trademark of mine. You know, you get used to running after how many wallets you steal. I just said that in a court of law, didn't I?
Yes, we'll discuss your death sentence later. In the meantime, indeed, you managed to give a total of 5 bailiffs the slip.
I like to imagine he has committed so much petty theft that it actually just it like accumulated to, you know what, we're just gonna kill you. Like,
so I'm reading the charge list. We have 3,427 counts of theft. You know what? Someone else can do the math. Death sentence.
Like those amateurs that could ever nab me. I got 5 more wallets. Ah!
perhaps we should shackle you by the neck. That would keep you in place.
Guys! No! Please! I'm liable to rip my own head off if I start running!
That's the point, Filch, to prevent you from running.
The prosecutor's like, and this is our problem, how?
Your statement, now.
Yes, sir. Mr. Blackhead, sir.
You may beat a hasty retreat, but there's no escaping Prosecutor Blackwell.
Yeah, Blackwell doesn't strike me as the give-up-easy type.
Are the prosecutors ever?
Never.
Now then, Mr. Filch, your testimony, please. Specifically, the true nature of the yokai you saw in the manor shortly after the crime.
Tenmataro's really that little maid girl. Ain't no doubt about it. I mean, the Tenmataro I saw was just a little thing about her size. But that little runt had a big old staff. I seen it when she came into the foyer. Betcha she stole it from the Forbidden Chamber after stumbling on the crime scene.
How did he know it was in the Forbidden Chamber?
Good question.
Let's just take a look at that real quick. I thought we had the... I thought we actually had it in there. Oh, okay, never mind.
She was gonna use it to wallop me on account of my fierce reputation. I just know it.
Maybe it's something we have to press for.
Probably.
So, Tenmatara was short in stature. And that's because it was Miss Jinsei Tenma all along.
You betcha. Besides, all the rest of the manor were way taller than her.
Feigning height is but an easy thing. But a big ox like the defendant could never pass for short.
What if the Temataro impersonator was walking on their knees?
Weren't no knees walking. I seen it myself.
Then perhaps that yokai really was Miss Tenma after all.
All monsters are not but tricks, either of the mind or the cheap parlor variety.
So you're saying she created an illusion like one of those magical eye things?
Precisely. Human senses are easily deceived. Take the fellow in the cell next to me. Each night, he cries and screams about some ghost he thinks he sees. But in truth, it was simply the janitor.
To be fair, the janitor is pretty ugly, so it makes sense.
Prosecutor Blackwell just gave up the ghost, literally.
The janitor's deathly complexion and all white attire are, no doubt, partly to blame.
Why do we keep getting things right?
Before they happen.
He too just said the janitor's ugly, and that's why.
No, he just said that the janitor is quite pale. Doesn't necessarily mean he's ugly. That, and the fact that he is constantly muttering about taking vengeance of this or that.
That actually sounds like a real ghost to me.
Just, oh, can you imagine you die? You die, you leave the moral coil, just to return as a ghost and have to clean shit. It's like, oh, I would want to curse things too.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
So should we press him or just that one portion?
I think we should press it all.
Okay.
Hold it.
Mr. Filch, you and Mr. LaBelle mentioned something about practice yesterday. Do you deny the so-called lesson was about what you were supposed to say in court?
No, you got it all wrong.
Then could you tell the court exactly what sort of lesson it was?
Oh, it was, what was it again? No, I remember, math, yeah, you know, numbers and stuff.
He's completely under Blackwell's control, too!
Anyway, that Temataro was that little maid gal, so what's the difference?
It's about her size. Okay.
I take it you got a good look at how tall the Temataro impersonator was?
You betcha. I got a habit of sizing people up. For their wallets, you know. I can even give you a primer on how to pull it off. All under the table, Notch. I got a knack for figuring out where people's pockets are and how much money they have.
Yeah, he's got to also size people up because he got to make sure he got to steal from the right person. He doesn't want to like steal from like someone who's like super jacked, you know?
Or steal from like, you know, some kind of mafia. What is he? Okay.
I size them real good before I relieve them of their valuables.
He just admitted to being a pickpocket right here in court. Imagine like he goes pickpocketing and he finds the murder weapon.
Oh, hey, look at here.
Hey, that needs to be a twist in an Ace Attorney case. A pickpocket ends up stealing the murder weapon by mistake.
That would be hilarious.
Does the witness hold that this Tenmataro entered the foyer?
Darn right I do.
Little Runt had a big old staff.
Hold it.
Well, you're not going to brush it all off by claiming the perp was short.
Must have hit a raw nerve, cause you ain't that tall yourself.
You're pretty short too, Filch. Friendly fire will not be tolerated.
It's like you're the shortest person here.
I've been getting it all my life. Short stuff, short stack, midget. Well, I've heard them all, buddy. Nothing hurts me anymore.
You learn. Trust me, you learn.
Look who's talking, mister! I've got to stand on a box just to testify!
Oh my gosh,
The only person who had to do that was the nun.
Yeah. And like
Vicky?
legit children too.
Oh yeah, Cody Hackins.
Yep.
Anyway, Mr. Filch, correct me if I'm wrong. But didn't you say that the Tenmataro you saw had a staff?
Cross my heart and hope to die. I know it cause it went jingle and jangle.
A jingle jangle.
And where do you suppose that staff came from?
The staff, you say. Well,
This is important. The staff is the key to all this.
Okay. I suppose you mean to say that Jinsei Tenma entered the Forbidden Chamber to get one.
Well, I ain't never seen a staff like that in the manor. So it had to be the Forbidden Chamber.
Oh, really? The stench of LaBelle is thick in the air today.
Jinsei entered the Forbidden Chamber after the incident. Then she took the staff and tried to cover up her actions by pretending to be Tenmataro. Guess that's what Filch is trying to say?
Could Jinsei have even entered the Forbidden Chamber if she wanted to?
There is one thing I was wondering about. Why did that yokai have a staff in the first place?
Maybe to like attract attention because it could jingle jangle?
Not exactly something you'd want to carry in a murder scene, though.
Yeah, unless you're trying to like misdirection.
Good point.
Well, I got my hunches about that.
Or it could have been used as the murder weapon itself.
Can we
Oh
see
wait,
the
no, it
crime
was
scene photo?
a stabbing. That's right.
Oh. Wait, that can be done with a staff. Can we see the murder scene real fast?
Yeah. Yeah, he was stabbed by a spear.
Ah, okay. So the spear's still in him.
Yeah, I think personally I think it's like a misdirection type technique.
Hold it.
Wallop you? And why would the so-called yokai want to do that?
That little maid gal never did like me. She always hightails it when I come around, or she sticks these weird papers on my noggin.
I mean, can you blame her for wanting to be like the opposite direction where you are?
Exactly. She probably thinks of him as the dreaded Tanuki monster of Kyubi Manor or something.
We need to prove that Jinsei isn't Temetaru. But I have no idea how we're going to do that.
All we have to do is prove that it was impossible for Jinsei to turn into Tenmataro.
Oh, I think... Let's see.
What you got?
We got to prove... Oh, here! Forbidden Chamber Key. There's no way... He's saying that she had to have the staff. But this
Good
prevents
thinking.
her from getting it.
Right. And that might be easier than you think.
Really?
Now's our chance. Our chance to expose the real Tenmataro for all to see.
So, okay, so I guess we go to the,
Yep, she
Okay,
stole it
so
from the
yeah,
Forbidden...
here.
Mhm. Look at this key! Now I want you to touch it. It was in a person's stomach just earlier.
Okay. How long ago did you get that? Not important. It would seem that the Tenmataro was, in fact, not this innocent little girl.
huh? How'd you figure that?
You claim the Tenmataro you saw had one of those staves from the Forbidden Chamber. But it would have been impossible for Miss Tenma to get a hold of one.
Care to elaborate, Mr. Justice?
The mayor swallowed this key shortly after the murder. He wanted to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber.
What's this?
This key was deep in the mayor's stomach when Miss Tenma discovered the crime scene.
You had me touch it for and it was in a guy's stomach? Like I said, not important.
So you see, it would have been impossible for her to get into the Forbidden Chamber. In short, the Tenmataro seen holding that staff could not have been Jinsei Tenma.
What?
There's a bird on the loose. I repeat, there's a bird on the loose.
It better not poop on me. What? Then who does the defense believe then who does the defense believe was impersonating Tenmataro?
Now's our chance.
Oh boy. Our Tenmataro is none other than...
There you go.
Thank you. Our Tenmataro impersonator is none other than Mayor Tenma's aide.
Such accusation beg evidence.
Oh, we have evidence.
Aside from his ghastly appearance, can you prove he is the yokai we seek?
Yes, in fact, I can.
Very well. Let's see where the defense is going with this. Mr. Justice, please show us proof as to the true identity of the Tenmataro impersonator.
We got Black Quill actually like overextended ourselves. Dropped in the Forbidden Chamber.
We found this hand cream in the Forbidden Chamber. And we know that whoever was Tenmataro took one of the stabs out of there. In short, I believe whoever this hand cream belongs to is the yokai impersonator we're looking for.
But Mr. Justice, how do you propose to identify the hand cream's owner?
Judge, look at it.
It looks like something a homosexual would carry. What's your point?
Okay, I kind of see your point, but you can't make those accusations, Apollo.
I'm glad you asked, Your Honor. The defense requests a fingerprint analysis on this piece of evidence.
Fingerprints, Your Honor.
It might tell us who it belongs to. Hey, Athena, we were wearing gloves when we picked that thing up, right?
Yeah. No, we were not.
Interesting. So you expect to find the yokai's prints there? Very well. I hereby call a short recess while we wait for the fingerprint results.
I call the swing set.
I called the slide.
No need for that, your baldness. We had the prints of everyone at the manor that day. You called Prosecutor Blackquill?
Could anyone be more whipped?
Fulbright, analyze this for prints. You have 3 minutes. Your wish is my command.
Very well then. I guess we'll just wait right here.
It would seem the fingerprint analysis is complete. I love that freaking bird, dude.
Cool.
He's just reading. The bird's like, here it is, boss.
What's his name? Did we get the bird's name by chance?
I don't think he gave it a name.
Should we give it a name?
I mean, he's Blackquill, so should it be Birdquill?
How about Brownquill?
Brownquill?
Yeah, Brownquill. We got Blackquill.
Oh, the name,
and
the
Brownquill.
bird's name is Taka, apparently.
Huh?
The bird's name is Taka.
Well, that works for me.
I like Taka.
What?
Taka's cool.
What do the results show?
What in the world?
They're Florent Labelle. They're Florent Labelle's prints, aren't they?
This is absurd.
Prosecutor Blackquill? I'm not going to like this, am I?
Don't tell me. They're Tenmataro's prints.
Fingerprints analysis has revealed that the prints belong to... Phineas Filch.
Objection!
Oh. Wait. What?
What?
Then Mr. LaBelle wasn't the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber?
Objection!
Oh no, the evidence lines up. He's a total pickpocket.
Why, you tricksy little tanuki! Explain yourself, now! I love how this puts him in the back foot, but he's still pissed off. He's like, this helps the defense, but I don't even care. What is your explain it?
Sure, them prints are mine. I mean, I did pilfer that hand cream from Mr. LaBelle after all. So you're the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber? So what if I did? Got a problem with it?
Get him, Taka! Get him! Give him the 1-2! You fool of a tanuki!
Order! Order! Mr. Justice, care to explain what this could mean?
Excellent question. The fact that Mr. Filch was in the Forbidden Chamber... Wait a second. Does this mean that the Tenmataro holding that staff was Phineas Filch? No way. There's no way he could run that fast. Oh, sorry. Yikes! Another cat's out of the bag!
Mr. Filch is Tenmataro?
Well, okay. This has thrown a wrench into everything. I thought this was gonna be a pretty standard case. And Ace Attorney just went like, no, screw you.
No, sir. No normal for you.
It's like, just because we showed what happened in the beginning doesn't mean it's going to be cut and dry.
I don't understand. Does this mean Mr. Filch is the real killer?
The witness will explain himself this instant.
Begging your pardon, your honorship, but I was just doing what the alderman told me. He wanted me to be Ted Mataro in the village exorcism ritual.
Oh, you mean that event at the Ninetails Vale Festival? So that was you inside the Tenmataro costume?
Yep. And after the event, I went to watch that pro wrestling program. But it bored me to tears on account of the wrestlers being complete jobbers.
So we didn't actually watch the entire wrestling match.
That's when I looked at the Tenmataro costume and got a great idea.
You know what? Fair enough. If I had access to a mascot costume, I would probably wear it whenever. Would you?
I wouldn't wear it whenever.
No, like, okay, so like at your job, let's just say like you got a job where you had to put on a mascot outfit. Would you wear it around the office? Especially if you just got done wearing it. And it's
I don't
out.
know. If I worked at a car dealership and my job was to stand outside as the mascot and just wave people in with a sign, yeah, I'd probably wear it until I'm off the clock.
Yeah, I can definitely see it.
Nobody can tell it's me when I'm wearing it. And because of them old superstitions, no matter what I do, the village won't say a word.
Oh, he uses it for crime.
Wow. In other words, you use the superstitions to effectively render yourself invisible?
Why did you want to enter the Forbidden Chamber in the first place?
Cause of the treasure there. Thought that was my big chance to sneak in and nab it.
Treasure?
Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it, that there's an amazing treasure in there.
He went in there not knowing his grandfather had already pilfered it.
Oh, Grandpappy. Guess that's one tale that didn't get passed down from Grandpappy to grandson.
Wait, how exactly did you get into the Forbidden Chamber? There was a meeting in the Fox Chamber that day. Plus, the mayor swallowed the only key that could open the Forbidden Chamber's door. You couldn't have possibly gotten in.
I could through the air vent to the foyer.
What?
The vent led to the alderman's picture. I went on in and made a nice little hole. Use that to get into the air duct that leads to the Forbidden Chamber, I did.
You what?
But how is that even possible? Wait a sec. Remember that air vent in the Forbidden Chamber? So, Mr. Filch found a way to get into that air duct? And that's how he got from the foyer vent to the Forbidden Chamber vent? He's legit Among Us-ing through the vents.
Wow. So Tenmataro was nothing more than a cat burglar. Or rather a tanuki burglar. And we're back to being without anyone to charge for the alderman's murder.
Looks like your so-called yokai is nothing more than one big troublemaker.
Tell me, Mr. Filch, what'd you do after fleeing to the foyer?
I got out of that costume real quick. Would have just caused trouble at that point.
And where is that costume now?
Heck if I know. It ain't my fault if you never find it.
The police searched every nook and cranny. No yokai costume was left in that manor.
What if it was tossed outside the manor? Oh. Ugh!
What you got?
Okay, you remember how the wolf guy mask showed up on the river?
You think he threw it in the river?
It's a possibility.
What's another possibility?
Ah, you got it!
What if he attached it to like a plane or something?
What if he attached it to like a kite?
There we go, a flying Termitaru.
No way! But maybe, just maybe.
The defense seems to have hit upon an idea. Well, go on, Mr. Justice.
Okay, here's what I think. Mr. Filch, did you get rid of the costume here?
Oh yeah, there's a cliffside over here. So let's do it.
Did you toss it out the window? Because that would certainly explain why it didn't turn up inside the manor.
You think I tossed it out the window? That costume cost me a pretty penny. So why would I go do something like that?
It costs about 5 figures to get a furry costume like that. So tracks.
I can think of a few reasons.
Any bright ideas, Apollo?
Well, assuming the costume really was tossed out from the window, then the next question would be, what happened to it after that?
It took flight.
And if I'm right, I might have just the thing to prove what happened to the costume.
But how does this help our
The
case?
mask. Phineas Filch, I have just the evidence for you.
You do? Is it a wallet?
This evidence
This
proves.
evidence proves you got rid of your Tenmataro costume through the window. The newspaper.
It has to be. That's the only thing we really have.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's...
I just want to take a look because I thought I was gonna like ask for like some way to prove how they how it took flight. You know?
Well, we got a photo of it taking flight, so...
Tenmatoro flying through the sky?
And just how does that prove Mr. Filch threw his costume outside the window?
He just yeeted the costume so hard that someone saw it like, oh my god, it's flying.
It's quite simple. That's not Tenmataro in the photo. It's the costume Mr. Filch threw out.
Oh, well, that's crazy talk. You ain't serious, are ya?
There's a steep cliff right outside the foyer window, meaning the mayor is pretty high up. The costume flew through the air after it was tossed out. That's when the photo was taken.
The costume itself is aerodynamic and just starts floating.
I
Or
guess
just
it had
gliding.
wings.
Why not?
In other words, the photo of Tenmataro really was a flight of fancy.
This ain't flying, this is falling with style.
10 things you never want your pilot to say.
Oh my! So, there really was never a yokai?
I gotta break the news to my grandson.
He's still gonna want that copy of Yokai Watch, though.
Aw, I can't keep any of them cats bagged. Can I still file a claim for the lost costume?
No, you can't. This more than proves the defense's position. Jinsei Tenma had nothing to do with staging the yokai sighting.
Care to raise any objections, Prosecutor Black Quill?
None whatsoever. I'll deal with that Trixie Tanuki after I've dealt with this case.
We did it!
Good going. Now all we had to do is make Florent LaBelle take the stand.
Objection!
Sheathing the sword a bit early, are we not?
Huh?
Nothing has been proven beyond a doubt. Take that tricksy little Tanuki, for instance. How do you suppose he was able to exit the Forbidden Chamber?
Probably the same way he got in, through the chamber's air vent.
And what of the feathers and tracks of the scene of the crime? They would suggest that the Tanuki exited through the chamber door, not the air vent.
Objection!
But the Forbidden Chamber doesn't open from the inside. So what you're saying makes no sense. Right?
Someone on the outside opened the door for you. Isn't that right?
Oh.
Yep, that's right, Mr. Blackquill. Or Blackjack. Yep, that's right, Mr. Blackjack. The door suddenly sprung right open.
Hold it!
Sprung right open. Who was on the other side?
Didn't get a good look on account of the sudden glare.
Like how the reflection from my head blinks,
Fellow moviegoer.
like how the reflection from my head blinks fellow moviegoers emerging from the dark.
That's when I snatched the staff and made my daring escape. And then that little maid gal spotted me as I hightailed it down the hall.
That means the Forbidden Chamber wasn't open until after the crime was discovered.
But wait. We still don't know who opened it. Maybe there really was a third person in the Fox chamber.
Objection!
Well, you little Tanuki. When the Forbidden Chamber opened, did you see the accused passed out there?
Nope. Only one there was the alderman, and he was dead as a doornail.
Humph. If the accused wasn't there, what do you suppose he was up to?
Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going.
Huh? Don't tell me.
Plainly, the only one who could have opened the Forbidden Chamber was the accused Damien Tenma.
Ah!
Hold it!
Wait a second! There had to be someone else besides Mayor Tenma there.
Really? And who might that be?
Oh, well, that would be...
Objection!
It seems our feisty little lass has forgotten the most important thing. Evidence. I didn't forget. I was just testing your attention to details.
Miss Sykes, you can't prove your point without proof of some sort. It's a proven fact.
Sorry. Guess I put my foot in my mouth again.
No, Athena. We're definitely onto something here.
We are?
Think about it. If Filch was stuck inside the Forbidden Chamber, one of the alibis we heard would no longer hold any water. The defense would like to call a new witness to the stand. Someone who knew Mr. Filch was stuck in the Forbidden Chamber. And by virtue of knowing this, has an alibi that no longer adds up.
Ah, not that insufferable.
Very well. The court will hear what Mr. Justice has to say. Whose alibi no longer adds up?
Take that!
Why, that's the defendant's aide, Florent LaBelle. Didn't he claim to be in the foyer at the time of the crime?
True, but in his alibi, he also claimed Mr. Filch was in the foyer too. However, as we all know now, Mr. Filch was not there with Mr. LaBelle at that time. In short, Mr. LaBelle's alibi has disappeared.
Arr!
Florent LaBelle's alibi was one big lie. Isn't that right, Mr. Filch?
I reckon there ain't no keeping that cat in the bag here. I reckon there ain't no keeping that cat in the bag here either. It was all Mr. LaBelle's idea. He told me he'd button his lips about me breaking into the Forbidden Chamber. And in return, he said we'd vouch for each other's alibis.
Is that not a confession to perjury?
Yeah, that is.
Shame on you, Mr. Filch. Perjury is a serious crime, you know.
Aw, shucks. Mercy, Your Honorship, mercy! Ah!
I also assert that the person who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch was none other than Florent LaBelle. After all, his alibi has just been proven to be a complete fabrication.
I see. We will take a 20-minute recess.
Mercy was never an option. It never was. Get him, Taka.
After which time we will see what Mr. LaBelle has to say for himself.
Yes! We're finally going to drag that slippery snake onto the stand.
In the meantime, the prosecution will question Mr. LaBelle about these new allegations.
Recess. We did it, Apollo! We finally dragged Mr. LaBelle into court!
Yeah.
Hey, why the long face?
I can't help but feel I'm missing something important. Plus, Prosecutor Blackwell's bound to mount a counterattack.
You really are a worrywart, aren't you? It'll be fine. That mystery figure who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch had to have been Florent LaBelle.
I know. That's not what's bugging me. I wish I could put my finger on it, though.
At any rate, the big showdown with Mr. LaBelle is up next, so chin up, Apollo. Oh, he's
Here we
sporting the
go.
green hair.
Court is back in session. Our next witness is...
He's legit looking like the Joker!
Oh my goodness!
I'm the Joker, baby!
I watched the Joker movie again not too long ago.
I need to
Funny
rewatch
enough.
it.
It was a bit slower than I remember it being, but still good. Anyway, let me get a swig of my energy drink.
Do him justice, dude.
I'm gonna try.
Yes, I'm acting on behalf of the mayor in this very important matter. It seems the witness is predisposed at the moment. Surely you jest. I will hold you to your promise. Remember that. Oh, my deepest apologies. This is Float LaBelle, personal aide to Mayor Temba, or should I say, the accused.
Ouch. If the poor mayor hasn't suffered enough.
Well, what business do you have with me? I'm a very busy man, so let's make this as brief as possible.
I love how every single time with Ace Attorney, they're like, I'm a busy person, and just have him flip through a like a schedule book to prove that, oh, look how busy I am.
How many characters have done that? I only know, like, there was that college guy who flipped through a book. Who else had a schedule?
Wasn't it the accused of no, the killer of 2-1?
2-1. Wait, 2-1. Oh, he was just a pompous jerk who said, I have better things to do than be here.
True. Your baldness.
Ah, right. Mr. Philp's testimony has revealed a big hole in your alibi. And for this reason, you are suspected of having some sort of connection with the case at hand. To think I'd be associated with this entirely lurid affair. Well, I'm not. So may I go now? I have very important matters to attend to. Batman needs me.
I need to return to Gotham.
Gotham's calling my name. I need to go commit more terrorism.
I need to show that Mr. Penguin who's boss.
Also, there's a new late night TV host. You know, got to go pick up a new gun for that one.
You get what you fucking deserve.
Oh, boy.
I don't think so, Mr. LaBelle. Do you realize what a serious crime you've committed?
Witness, you are being accused of perjury. This is your chance to clear the air. Fine. The truth is I faked my alibi for a very good reason. The mayor was obviously the killer, so I created a fake alibi to confuse the matter. You see, as his personal aide, I felt I had to protect him. Sorry.
You think this is funny? Without your alibi, you're a suspect too! What were you really doing at the time of the crime?
Peasant! How dare you accuse me?
Oh. Thank you.
Peasant! How dare you accuse me, one of the beautiful people, of being...
Athena just rudely interrupted him. Stop stalling and tell the court what you were really doing at the time of the crime.
Silence.
Batman, is that you?
Enough jabbering. Swords have been drawn. The time for talk is past.
Swords? What swords?
This is a duel to the death. The fate of the accused rests in our hands. Begone, ye of cowardly heart! The battlefield hath no place for ye! Oh my gosh, he broke his chains again.
Again?
Oh, hi. Spare me, please!
So much for sturdier shackles. Ah!
Those chains hindered my vow that heads will roll this day.
This gives keeping your head on in court a whole new meaning!
Will the witness please deliver the accursed death knell? You know of what I speak.
Most certainly. His goose is already cooked. Time to stick a fork in him.
Whatever he has to say can't be good.
As I told Prosecutor Blackwell during the recess, I rushed right over to the Fox Chamber when I heard little Jinsey scream.
What?
Then, drumroll please, I saw Mayor Tenma opening the Forbidden Chamber doors.
What?
There you have it. The mystery man who opened the chamber door, as witnessed by one Phineas Filch. It was the accused. There was never any third party.
Oh, and that's not all. I heard something quite startling there at the scene of the crime.
Startling sounds bad.
The mayor, who was barely conscious, muttered this. Forgive me, Jinsey. I killed the alderman. That's right. The mayor actually confessed to the murder right then and there.
Oh, snap.
He confessed?
He falsified one alibi. Why would he take this one seriously? Oh, right. Dark Ages of court.
Order! Order in the court! This is quite conclusive testimony, if it stands.
Just so. And quite astonishing, I might add. I only learned of this fact during the recess.
I just love surprises, don't you?
You know what? Now that I think about it, I think Joker was always an inspiration for him because of that flower that sprays chemicals. That's legit a Joker thing.
Was it the flower spraying the I thought he had a separate perfume bottle.
No, he has
but I get where he might be inspired by the Joker.
Yeah, I think the Joker, like whenever anytime LaBelle sprayed someone, he pulled it out of the flower. He used the flower to do it.
Huh, I never noticed.
Yep, and that's what the Joker does for his little acid chemical attack.
That's why I have saved the best for last. Consider it a gift from me to you.
No way! I don't believe Mr. LaBelle heard the mayor's confess.
But is this really true? Did Mayor Tenma really confess?
It is indeed. During the last recess, I confirmed it with the mayor's daughter. It would seem Mayor Tenma actually did confess.
That testimony is quite favorable to the prosecution's. This is LaBelle. Yes, I called you earlier about the party reservations. That's right. And I'll be calling my little shindig Mayor Tenma's Conviction Gala.
Oh, damn.
A splendid time is guaranteed for all. All but the mayor and his defense. Well, as it seems our witness is a very busy man, let's get right to his testimony.
Oh, snap.
Mr. LaBelle, please tell us what you saw when you came upon the scene of the crime.
Oh boy.
Let's grill this Joker wannabe.
Now we'll show you who lives in a society.
I was in the hallway, hiding in the shadows. That's when I heard the confession. Upon learning of her father's crime, little Jinsei fled without ever noticing me. Immediately after that, the mayor came too, stood up and opened the forbidden chamber. As I ran in terror, the demon emerged from his prison. In shock, I fled down the hallway to my right, to the one with the phone at the end.
I wanna see something real quick. Because there's no one else in the hall. Yeah, how could he see Tarotaru, but also have Jinsei not see him? I think
Well,
this is.
I mean, he said, okay, so the blinking is where he is, right?
No, that's Filch.
Oh, my bad.
Filch in the Tarotaru outfit.
I must say, this is a shocking revelation.
I think that's it, because, look, this testimony clearly says, after leaving the scene and calling the police, they passed each other at the bin in the hall as he made for the foyer. He was carrying a staff-like implement that jingled. She couldn't call for help because there was no one else in the hall.
Quite unexpected.
Plus, given the fact that she is willing to admit that her father, admitted to the crime, why would she lie about not seeing LaBelle?
To think the defendant actually confessed then and there to his crime. Perhaps the guilt was too much to bear, so he confided in his daughter. You do realize you should not have withheld such crucial testimony from the court. Once again, sorry. I feared being accused if I mentioned coming upon that most unpleasant scene.
Why did the mayor's confession have to be brought up by this guy?
We better do something before the judge declared the mayor guilty. As a death row inmate once told me in years gone by, there is a time to fight and a time to yield, a time to live and a time to die.
He's laying it on real thick now.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Let's just press everything.
Got it. You just want to read him. You want to do his voice even more.
Maybe.
Hold it!
You claim that the mayor confessed to his daughter. Are you sure about that?
Peasant! You wouldn't dare ask such a question if you truly understood. True beauty is never wrong.
It's not.
No, beauty is carved deep in the DNA. That means I'm programmed to always be right, even when I'm wrong.
I'm not following.
These exquisite ears like flowers abloom. These eyes that shine like pearls. This hair like the finest silk. Nothing can corrupt the truth they hold.
What if he's wearing a wig, and we find that out in the breakdown?
The judge is like, brother?
Right.
The witness will hurry up and explain this truth of his. Specifically, what did Jinsei Tenma do upon hearing the confession?
Hold it!
How did Miss Tenma appear to you?
Oh, the poor little thing seemed positively heartbroken, all teary-eyed and whatnot. I couldn't help but shed a few tears myself after seeing her like that.
He actually sympathized with Jinsei? Seems like an overly human emotion for him.
Yeah, because he's the only real monster we've seen so far. In looks and in character.
Like, I can hear you, you know. The next thing I did was check my face in the mirror.
There it is.
Checked your face. Why?
To behold the beauty that is my sadness. What else? Nobody mentions selfies to this guy.
Apollo.
The phone's hard drive will be full in minutes.
Yeah, it's just like, let's take a look at your phone here. There's 10,000 photos of your face.
I know. I need a bigger hard drive, dang it.
Apollo, I'm starting to lose all faith in humanity.
I know the feeling, but hang in there. At least keep faith in our client.
Let's keep this moving, shall we? So what happened next?
Immediately after the mayor came to, stood up, or immediately... Well, I've already read this technically.
Hold it!
Okay.
He opened the Forbidden Chamber? But why would he do that?
Who knows? Maybe he wanted to free the demon, Tenmataro.
Objection!
The courtroom is no place for fairy tales. Remember, you are under oath.
Hello, LaBelle speaking. Yes, I will certainly explore this matter. Toodles.
He's definitely calling to see who, just to figure out who the fuck asked.
On my right shoulder, I'm calling to find out who asked. On my left shoulder, I'm calling to find out who cares. Now, where were we again?
You were going to tell us the reason why the mayor opened the Forbidden Chamber.
Oh, yes, of course. Hello? Hello, this is LaBelle. No! Good one, sir. You are an absolute riot. Okay, bye. You were saying?
Never mind.
This is a waste of time. He's just going to tell more lies.
The witness will focus on his testimony, not his phone calls. Now tell the court what you did after you saw the mayor open the forbidden chamber.
Well, after that... As I ran in terror, the demon emerged from his prison.
Hold it!
What was Mr. Filch like at the time?
He was shouting, I can't see! I can't see! It's the curse of Temotaro! Then he took off running like a madman.
I can't see, and then just full on sprints out of there. You know, a
Your
normal
Honor,
thing.
Objection! Your Honor, objection. Does this man look like he can run?
I mean, he made this. He made the slip of 5 guards.
Fair point.
He must have been blinded by the sudden light flooding in.
Wrong.
What?
He set eyes upon me. And was thus blinded by my radiant beauty.
You think this guy has a problem with his ego?
I don't see it really.
Yeah, I think he honestly could be a little bit more like self-complimenting. You know?
Yeah, you know, I mean, look at those shoulders.
Shoulders as broad as that. I mean, he must have some truth to what he's saying.
So it was the curse of Flort and LaBelle rather than Temotaro?
This is just kind of clicking to me now, but he looks like he's wearing like a Dragon Ball Z suit underneath his jacket.
I think that was a fat, like those suits had like fake shoulder pads, you know? I think that's an actual thing in fashion and like in the past. I remember seeing that a lot in like Tom and Jerry, actually.
Really?
Yeah, like there was times when like Tom was dressing up to like take a lady cat on a date. He was in like a suit that had like really big shoulder pads, just like that.
Is that right? I only remember them wearing tuxedos. I don't remember that part. Anyway. Yes, I'm afraid such beauty can be a curse. It's almost criminal.
The only thing criminal here is your ceaseless jabbering. Now, get on with your testimony.
Oh, forgive me, your darkness. For real, are you Batman?
Batsy!
Let's see. Oh yes, I fled for dear life from Tenmataro, and...
Now I want to see Black Quill in like the Batman growl.
In shock. Well, I read this.
I fled down the hallway to my right, the one with the phone at the end.
Hold it!
So after you fled into the hallway with the phone at the end, Temotaro ran toward the foyer?
Precisely.
Notice any inconsistencies, Apollo?
Well, Jinsei already saw Temotaro, right?
She did. She said they passed each other in the hall after she made that call to the police.
Well, if LaBelle had fled down the hall where the phone is, Jinsei would have seen him when she was returning from making her call.
Oh, right. And if she saw him, she would have definitely asked him for help.
Right. Just doesn't make any sense. time to review the evidence.
Okay, so
So would we present Jinsei's testimony?
yeah, on that last statement.
Okay.
If we don't find some way to poke a hole in his testimony, Mayor Tenma's as good as guilty. This is bad. Oh, the Paulo. Whoops.
This is bad. Very bad.
We need to find an inconsistency, a mistake, some kind of conflict.
It's all over if we can't find a flaw in the prosecution's case.
Objection!
Here we go. Florent LaBelle, you're lying about having witnessed these events from the hallway.
What on earth do you mean? Yes, care to fill the rest of us in, Mr. Justice?
If Mr. LaBelle had really fled down into the hall with the phone, he would have crossed paths with Miss Tenma.
What's this?
After she discovered the crime scene, she immediately went to call the police. Then after making her call, she went back to the main hallway. Whereupon she encountered the demon yokai, or whatever you want to call it. As for me, I call it Phineas Filch in a Tenma Taro costume. The encounter happened right here, where the hallways meet. As for Mr. LaBelle, if he had fled here, feigning escape from the yokai imposter,
Why, yes, the two would have crossed paths.
right, except Miss Tenma told us that there was no one else in the hall. In short, Miss Tenma did not see you in the hall because you were never really there.
We got the cornered.
Oh, my eyes! My beautiful eyes!
Ha! Not such a fabulous scene now, is it?
Oh my gosh, at least sprayed himself in the eyes.
But Mr. Justice, the witness also stated that he heard the mayor confess.
You know what? I just realized, I was thinking to myself how funny it was that the designers just kind of just went on a whim and just said, you know what? We'll make him look like the Joker. I just realized why.
Why's that?
Because the Alderman, he has an alter ego as a masked wrestler type superhero figure.
Oh!
That is clever.
Oh, dang! Good one!
That is so clever.
If he was lying about hearing the confession from the hall, then where was he when he heard it?
Inside the Fox Chamber. Where else?
But isn't that within the very crime scene?
It is, Your Honor. And that means he's not really a witness. Rather, he's the third party I've been alleging to this whole time.
But the court wasn't ready to hear that. I'm not bitter or anything.
What? You think I'm the killer? How dare you?
You could say we live in a society, punk.
Silence.
Why do you always gotta cut off the cool music?
Foolish fop. A true man knows when he is beaten. A shield of lies comes to naught before a foe with a sword of truth bared.
Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you? I thought we were on the same side!
Silence! You are mistaken. There are no sides here, save for my cold, steely edge of judgment. You are alone upon this battlefield, with naught but your lies and sickly sweet perfume.
Oh, so the flower was his perfume bottle the whole time.
Yep.
Whoa, what just happened? Blackwell's really tearing into him.
You hear the mayor's confession from inside, did you not, you deviant dandy? For the sole location from which you could have seen and heard the mayor and the Tanuki. Without either of them noticing you were right there in the Fox Chamber.
Oh my. So that's how it's going to be. Fine. I'll come clean then.
Seriously? You admit to being there in the Fox Chamber?
I do. I did enter the room after the murder. But I was afraid of being falsely accused, so I lied about it.
Just Ace Attorney, just witnesses in a nutshell. And you know what? With how this franchise goes, I don't 100% blame him. Yeah, I left that part out because I was afraid, like, Gumshoe was going to, like, tackle me to the ground and, like, you know, handcuff me. Because I happened to be holding a ramen noodles and a fork as my one defining character trait in this universe.
It's like, buddy, we all reviewed the case about Maya Fey and Phoenix Wright, all right?
I was
Like,
there.
we know the kind of stuff that goes on. We want nothing to do with it.
Oh,
Even
yeah, I
if it's
was
falsifying evidence.
It's like, oh, so where were you at the scene during the time frame of the crime? I was in the exact opposite location of town. Oh, but it says right here you were in the house. No, that's lies.
I feel terrible about lying like that, but it's a verbal cologne I use to protect myself.
You'd better explain yourself, Mr. LaBelle.
Yes, of course. I was just about to get to that. For witnesses skating on thin ice, I'll remind you that perjury is a very serious crime.
Especially since he, I just realized also the judge is, has a perfect record. So that's why he really treats perjury seriously. Because he's never given a wrong verdict.
Good. Should be treating perjury as a very serious crime.
Now, let's hear your testimony again. This time without your perfume of lies.
Apparently, according to Anthony, you're seriously activated Siri. You activated Siri when you're seriously.
That's funny.
In the Fox Chamber.
I did enter the Fox Chamber after the murder. But I didn't enter until after Jinsei had heard the confession and left. I heard the mayor groan and hide behind the voting screen.
Okay, fair.
What I saw there up close, it was absolutely horrifying. So you see, I was there, but merely watching from behind the screen. From behind the screen? Why, yes, I believe you wouldn't be spotted if you were there.
there something about the screen?
Why is it not in the court record?
I don't know. Because we see the screen right there. Interesting.
Check the crime scene photo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the screen's right there. Huh. Just so he could see everything without being spotted by the victim or that Tanuki Filch. Suffice to say, he was a mere witness to the events, rather than an actual third party.
This guy's as slippery as an eel.
Apollo! You think he's telling the truth?
Well, he was in the Fox chamber, so at least there's that much. So at least that much must be true.
The defense may cross-examine our slightly
Voyeuristic?
Voyeuristic, I guess?
I don't know.
our slightly voyeuristic witness.
I guess that means must be like over the top. You know what? I think I know where this might be going. We might have to just press him for more information, like to kind of prove that he was in that Fox chamber, but he knows something he shouldn't. You know?
Fine by me.
Because as it stands right now, we got nothing to pin him on.
Mm-hmm. I did enter the Fox chamber after the murder.
Hold it!
Why in the world would you enter that grisly crime scene?
Why? Because I was worried sick. Rare Tenma suit. It
What?
was designed personally by me.
Oh no, boss! You got whacked. Is the suit okay?
I was worried my work of art might get blood on it.
This man clearly has his priorities in order.
Oh no, my boss! He's been hit. He's been smacked. Who's gonna pay me?
Okay, let's get this over with, shall we? Now, where was I? Oh yes, so I entered the Fox chamber almost without thinking.
Hold it!
Why didn't you enter right away?
And ruin my designer shoes?
Your shoes?
Even now, just thinking about getting blood on my fabulous footwear. It sends chills down my spine. That's why I hesitated.
Objection!
That's terrible. Man was dying, another injured, and you're worried about your shoes?
Silence!
Need I remind you, this is a court of law. We are not treating morality here. We have schools of etiquette and the like for such trivial pursuits. Gah! Now, you listen to me, you deceptive dandy. Get to the point and be quick about it.
Yes, well, I was there in the Fox chamber, but...
Hold it!
My guy, they are shoes.
You don't know anything about fashion, you uncultured swine! Look at how all you peasants fight over those, what do you call, Yeezys!
His mind cannot comprehend the power of a dad wearing socks and sandals. His mind will implode.
Imagine if he saw like homeless Phoenix Wright, he'd probably have a heart attack.
You're wearing socks and Crocs? And Hobo Wright's like, yeah, they're comfy.
Wait a second.
For some reason, Hobo Wright kind of gives me the same vibes as Sans the Skeleton. I don't know why.
I can see where you might draw the connection.
Why did you hide yourself?
Oh my, so you do understand.
I do?
By hiding, I was concealing my fabulous beauty, which, for the sake of the universe, is something I should never, ever do. That's what you were thinking, right?
I'm sensing a black hole of egocentricity forming around the witness stand.
We could deliberate his mental process another time. Get on with the testimony, now!
I just... when I was making that Yeezys joke, I was trying to think of an insult to Yeezys, and now I just thought of one.
What's that?
Those Yeezys, more like diseases. Well, regarding the murder scene.
Have you ever seen that meme where it's like, hey dude, I think I might have gotten fake Jordans. Could you show me the logo? It's like logo. Is it, what does your logo look like? It's clearly not that.
I haven't seen that meme, but that does sound funny.
That's LaBelle. You're messaging LaBelle like, hey, I got some Jordans. Do you think they're real?
Proceeds to reach into the phone line just to slap me.
Hold it!
Could you describe the crime scene in a bit more detail?
And what exactly would you like details about?
Well, what I'd like to ask you about is...
Ooh, I think murder weapon.
Oh, okay. Could you describe the state of the weapons that had been used at the scene?
The spear had been thrust all the way through Alderman Hubie. There was that statue the alderman used to bludgeon Mayor Tenma. That incredibly inspiring symbol had fallen to the floor.
We got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
Ooh.
The statue of trace of blood. Remember, it was supposed to be a symbol of them holding the cup together, but instead it looks like they're fighting. No one else knew about that because the cup was hidden. But if he used it to strike someone, yeah, Jinsei is now the only one who knew what the original looked like. As far as we knew, we got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
Oh, right, the statue. But why would he find it inspiring?
Because he saw what it looked like.
Why exactly did you find the statue inspiring? Oh, excuse me.
That's all good.
Something in the throat. Why exactly did you find the statue inspiring? It's still there. Hold on. Okay.
Well, when I saw that statue, I felt as if the murder had been realized. It was like a celebration of union between town and village, an inspiring symbol of goodwill.
A broken statue next to a bloody corpse? Real inspiring.
I mean, look at how he dressed. He's not normal.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider his statement to be of any importance?
it important?
Hell yeah, it is.
I believe that to be extremely important. I request that it be added to the testimony.
A statue had fallen to the floor. It was a token of goodwill celebrating the municipal merger.
Objection!
Your lies have finally betrayed you, Mr. LaBelle.
What possibly could you mean?
You said the statue was like a celebration of union between town and village. Isn't that correct?
It is indeed. But what of it? The two yokai are joining hands in goodwill. As if they were celebrating the municipal merger. Something the matter?
So, how did you really know that this statue is meant to be a symbol of goodwill? How did you really know this statue was meant to be a symbol of goodwill again?
What?
Justice Dono, explain yourself and make it quick.
This statue was meant to be a symbol, this statue was meant to symbolize goodwill in its original form. But that was a secret.
A secret? Whatever do you mean?
What I mean is that it broke when someone used it to strike Mayor Tenma on the head. What's left clearly makes it look like the two yokai are battling it out. The statue's secret and its true form were lost inside that locked room. For Miss Tenma is the only living soul who should know what it once looked like. So, Mr. LaBelle, where could you have possibly seen the statue in its original form?
Where do you mean?
Oh.
What do you mean, where?
The only possible answer is this. You saw the statue in its original form right there in the room where the alderman was murdered before it was broken.
Ah-ha-ha!
How dare you! Mr. Justice, are you accusing the witness of some sort of crime?
Judge, you were accusing him of perjury not 15 minutes ago. Why are you surprised that I'm joining in?
Yes. Yes, I am.
You know people go to jail for that, right? Yes, I do.
Florent LaBelle, I accuse you of the murder of Alderman Rex Cubey.
Order! Order! Mr. LaBelle, you've been accused of murder. Do you have anything to say in your defense?
Nuh-uh.
How could you possibly accuse me, the embodiment of beauty?
Way to go, Apollo! This is the conclusive evidence we need! Manifesco!
Magnifico?
Magnifico!
We've got you now. We know you killed the alderman. Now admit it!
Silence.
Enough of your silly games, Justice Dono. This prancing peacock could not possibly be the killer.
Objection!
What are you talking about? His alibi has already crumbled to dust. And I just proved that he was in the Fox chamber while it was still locked tight.
Silence!
Why could he have not seen the statue in its true form before the murder? After all, he was close friends with the alderman. Ergo.
Yes, that's right. I clearly remember it now. Alderman Cuby told me about it. About what the statue actually looked like. I mean, he was a good friend of mine.
Objection!
Yeah, right. He wouldn't show you a secret gift just like that.
Silence!
Moreover, it has already been proven that he was not present at the scene of the crime. It has? Forgotten, have we? Recall the little scamp's testimony, if you will. When Jinsei Tanama unlocked the Fox Chamber, she saw the alderman and the mayor collapse therein, and no one else. Oh.
Oh crap, what did Apollo say?
Dang it.
Dang it.
The fact is, it was you two who made that apparent in yesterday's court session. Thus, Florent LaBelle could not possibly have been in that locked room. No!
I just don't get it. How could Jinsei have not seen LaBelle?
The proof is incontrovertible. No room for debate exists. Am I not right, your baldness?
It does seem awfully conclusive. The facts point to the defendant and victim being the only people in that locked room. Moreover, the defendant has already confessed.
Objection! Silence!
You cannot defend the indefensible. Your role in the charade is over, Justice Dono. But objecting was my favorite part.
You mean I got
baldness.
these cords of steel for nothing?
Your baldness. This trial will last an eternity if we were to keep crossing blades with these simpletons. It is high time you brought down the hammer of justice.
A point well made. I believe it's time to declare a verdict.
Oh, I hope we win.
This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma.
Oh, snap.
Ooh.
What happened?
It's loading?
It's loaded something. Oh, there we go.
Okay, that was a little concerning.
Oh, no. Ka! 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 It would seem that my time is at end!
Mayor Tenma?
Counselor! You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, that kind of scared me.
Yeah, good idea.
There we go. I mean, I know this game autosaves, but still, just in case. Counselor! There is a matter of which I must testify! I recall it now only for your good graces!
Counselor? Oh, right. He must mean me. Has he finally remembered what happened before that blow to his head?
Bailiff, don't just stand there. Seize him!
He's so good! I can't restrain him!
Ka! Know me in despair! For I am Temataru, demon lord of the yokai!
Mr. Justice, do something!
It's like, what do you want me to do? I don't have holy water, Your Honor.
Since when am I responsible for court security?
Apollo, this is our chance. We might get some new information out of him. Oh my God. I just realized we've cross-examined a killer, a parrot, and now we're cross-examining a demon.
Well, this is our second time. Remember Dahlia Hawthorne? I think she fit criteria.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. This is the second time. If I had a nickel for every time we've cross-examined a spirit, I would have 2 nickels.
Your Honor,
Seeing as our client has something new to say, even though technically he's faking it,
I believe due process demands that we hear him out, even if he is a yokai.
when you put it that way. Still, I believe testimony by a yokai is unprecedented in the legal world.
Unprecedented in absurdity. Unprecedented in absurdity, more like.
All right then, Mr. Damien Tenma. Or should I say, Mr. Tenmataro. Your testimony, please.
I shall speak of regulations most real, courtesy of my host, Damien Tenma. Heed these words, mortal, for hear them but once you shall. Ga, 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 ga. The ruler of demonkind. Barely conscious was Damon there amid the darkness. Suddenly, 2 yokai did appear. On one side, I, Tematoru, ruler of demonkind. And on the other, my mortal enemy, the 9-tailed fox. The fuck?
Huh?
Judge, can we get the swift hammer of justice here? I think we're done.
Your Honor, is it too late for a plea deal? So is the defendant asserting that the room he was in was very dark at the time?
Strange as it may be, yes, indeed, all was in darkness.
And the part about Tenmataro and the 9-tailed fox being there?
Yes, that too! Temataru towered overhead, and the 9-tailed fox glittered gold!
Ah! I call animal abuse, Your Honor!
Humph. It would seem the defendant's recollection are not to be trusted. Yes, well, truth be told, my host's recollections are still a bit fuzzy. As if half-dripped, that happening lingers in his mind. Apollo, maybe I can help here.
Really? Oh, you mean...
Yeah, I can hear it. The discord in his heart. I sense an unusual emotion in the mayor's memory of the event.
Okay. I just hope our findings don't come back to haunt us again.
All right, let's do this thing.
Go, Athena.
Barely conscious was Damien there, amid the darkness. I mean, he's sad. That makes sense. That makes sense. Suddenly, two yokai did appear. Okay, he's shocked. He's also still a little sad. On one side, I, Tematara, ruler of demonkind. On the other, my mortal enemy, the nine-tailed fox.
Oddly happy about that, aren't we?
Yeah, why is he happy about that?
Got it!
When the Nine-Tails Fox appeared, you not only experienced shock and sadness, but also something like joy as well.
I want to start naming random Lady Gaga songs. Go for it, Darwin. Joy? Perhaps it was joy at the light coming to my eyes at long last. A long and terrible creaking did pierce the silence. And then there was light. On reflection, it was a door that did produce that infernal rocket.
A creaking door? Oh, you must be talking about the Forbidden Chamber door. It does make a lot of noise.
So this means the Forbidden Chamber really was opened. But what about the sudden light he described?
I think I know. He mentioned darkness and Temataro towering overhead. Maybe the mayor wasn't really in the Fox Chamber at the time of the crime.
Oh?
Oh. Mr. Mayor, did the darkness that you were in happen to be here? Maybe the Forbidden Chamber?
Where was the mayor during...
Take that!
The Forbidden Chamber? Was it not the Fox Chamber where the murder did occur?
Yes, but it all makes sense if you were in the Forbidden Chamber. That terrible creaking sound was probably the Forbidden Chamber's door opening.
Oh, that makes sense because you can't open it from the inside.
And the towering Temataro you saw, most likely the Forbidden Chamber's statue.
Why, yes! That would explain it! The darkness and the staffs in the demon's grasp! But even if that's all true, then what about the nine-tailed fox?
Maybe he was seeing things? Just like Jinsei and her imaginary yokai?
Fantastico, Apollo. It's entirely possible. In a groggy, dreamlike state, people can misremember things and events. Misremember, you say? Let me think. Ah! I do believe I remember now! That was not the nine-tailed fox! It was...
Oh!
The amazing Nine-Tails!
What? The amazing Nine-Tails?
So why was he in his outfit? Oh, did he come back from the show?
Oh, that could be it.
At first, this is... Oh, wait, let's check something real quick. Around 3:20 p.m. Yeah, fair enough. That was around the time, so it makes sense. At first, this is but a dream, I thought. Now, however, most clearly do I recall it. 'Twas the amazing Nine-Tails who did open the Forbidden Chamber's door!
I'm sorry I asked.
The amazing Nine-Tails? But that was the victim, Alderman Karubi, right?
Yeah. Why would he open the forbidden chamber? Wasn't he trying to keep it sealed?
Never mind that. This is completely new information. Let me enter it and run an update. Barely conscious was Damien there in the forbidden chamber. Amid the darkness, a mighty statue loomed overhead. Suddenly, the door opened and a shaft of light did pierce the gloom. Why is he sad? Oh my god, why is he sad? It's Goofy time! No, Dad, no!
When the amazing Ninetales opened the chamber, banishing the darkness within, you felt joy, but didn't you also feel shocked and sadness?
Yes, in the hazy depths of my mind, I do recollect something of that nature. I believe it was the fiend's cape of red. For when I did behold it, a great wave of sadness did inexplicably wash over me. It wasn't a cape.
A cape of red?
Oh, he was probably stabbed at that moment and tried to get into the.
Oh.
That's why he was sad. He just saw his friend get stabbed.
Oh, dang.
Apollo, we reduced the noise level. Oh, but there's still a little left.
Mayor Tenma, why were you sad when you saw the red cape?
Why indeed?
What could this mean?
I guess his memory's still a bit spotty. You know, because his latest recollection... I know because his latest recollection contradicts the evidence.
Yeah, it's one of those contradictions that slaps you right across the face.
Something this obvious could arise when someone is trying to force a fuzzy memory into a definite shape. Apollo, I know what you have to do. You need to present evidence that contradicts the image you see.
Oh, so it's basically the same as the usual cross-examination process. Okay, time to review the evidence. Look out, contradiction. Here comes justice.
He doesn't have a cape.
Ah.
That's it. Barely conscious. There it is.
Objection!
You said the amazing Ninetales cape was red. Are you sure about that?
Yes, well, I do believe it was a red cape I saw, but...
Mayor Tenma. Does this cape look red to you?
Oh! That certainly does not look red! Not even scarlet or crimson either! Nevertheless, upon my liberation, something red did fill my as yet hazy field of view. And, wait, what if we were all wrong? What if the alderman struck the mayor first? In the costume.
Could it be?
Yeah, he struck him in the head. He realized what was going on. Like, he might have been asleep or something. Oh, he was asleep because of the sedative. The sedative and the tea. He was asleep. The Elderman put on the costume, struck him in the head. He woke up because he got hit, he got bonked on the head. And in his last view before passing out, he saw it in red. His vision turned red. Oh, this turns everything on his head. But I thought to myself, the amazing Ninetales is arrayed in a cape of red.
So you mistook that red something for his cape, huh?
Apparently so. And remembering it now brings a great sadness upon me. So the red something probably wasn't a cape after all. Maybe that great sadness he mentioned is what's interfering with his memory?
Well, you would have seen the fox chamber behind the amazing Ninetales. What red object could he have seen there that would have been shocking? I know. Could it have been?
Just in case.
Mr. Mayor, was the red thing you saw this? The only thing we have red in here is blood.
Let's do it.
Take that!
Something red that could produce a deep sadness.
Seeing his friend impaled.
Could it be Mr. Tenma? That what you... Or could it be, Mr. Tenma, that what you saw was the alderman's blood?
Okay, so my theory was is incorrect. Blood? Why, yes! It was blood! Ah! Oh! Ah! It's all coming back now. It wasn't a red cape that I saw. It was lying behind the amazing Ninetales, the alderman's bloody body. Eek!
Oh.
Oh. Bye-bye. His noise level is down to 0. I think he's remembering everything now.
Does this mean the amazing Ninetales killed Alderman QB?
It's like Batman killing Bruce Wayne. But the Alderman was the amazing Ninetales. So how exactly would that work?
Hey, I asked you first.
Well, Mr. Justice, you sure know how to make a complicated matter even more complicated.
True. But at the time of the crime, our client was in the Forbidden Chamber. Moreover...
Silence!
Hoy! Don't you think this strange? The little scamp was already confirmed her father to be in the Fox Chamber. But she's said naught about seeing the amazing Ninetales there.
You just had to bring that up, didn't you?
Jinsei didn't see LaBelle there either. It's so weird. Who really was in that room then?
Would the defense care to share any theories with the court? Can you explain the inconsistency between the defendant's testimony and his daughter's?
Could have been a different room?
That's not possible.
I mean, it has to be yes so he can. But I don't know how.
Otherwise the trial's over. Yes, of course I can explain it. Because if I don't, we're in serious trouble.
Not with more of your bluffs and fairy tales, I trust. Fair warning, Justice Dono. I shall have your head if you fail to explain this.
What about a good old-fashioned penalty?
Well, Mr. Justice, let's see if you have a head worth keeping on your shoulders.
First of all, Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the Fox chamber while it was locked.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We also know that Mayor Tenma was in the Forbidden Chamber based on his testimony.
That also makes sense.
These two facts are crucial to my explanation. So let us consider the following question. If the facts point to Florent LaBelle and the victim being there at the scene, why did Jinsei Tenma see the victim and her father, Mayor Tenma?
A very good question indeed. And I suppose you have an answer for us.
You know what? I just thought of something.
What?
Hair color, like a hair color.
Washes out with water.
He could change his hair color. Could it be possible that he changed his, like, hair to match with, the accused?
It is possible.
Sounds a little far-fetched.
Sadly, you would be supposing wrong.
You think she could have mistaken LaBelle for the mayor?
Well, if she did, then the question is, why did she do that? Can you pull up the mayor's profile real fast?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, how about that explanation, Mr. Justice? I believe the time for questions is over. The defense asserts that Florent LaBelle was at the scene of the crime. However, Jinsei Tenma had testified that she saw her father collapse there. If she has, in fact, misremembered the event, what could have made her do so?
She couldn't have been confused, and there were no other room for her to be mixed up with. So I think it's LaBelle was disguised.
Makes sense. The figure Miss Tenma saw was not her father. It was Florent LaBelle disguised as Damien Tenma.
Silence.
That is a complete impossibility. Their faces are utterly unalike. How could you explain that away with a mere disguise?
Yes, they both do have incredibly distinctive faces.
Maybe the disguise completely hid his face?
I think Jinsei would have mentioned it if she couldn't see her father's face. And if it was that sort of disguise, wouldn't she have removed it?
Oh, right.
Your sword is as dull as your mind, Justice Dono. Shall I show you what a truly sharp blade is capable of?
I think I'll pass. Ah! Ah!
Apollo died that day. Humph. Are you okay, Apollo?
Down here, I'm not fine, am I?
Well, now that we have that little fairy tale out of the way, your baldness, your verdict, if you will.
Mr. Justice, I believe it's time for a verdict if you have no further arguments.
Oh, I have a feeling that's one of those, like, regardless what you choose, it's always going to be the same.
What's even left for me to do?
Apollo! Remember what Mr. Wright always says. When you're stuck in a tight spot, turn the case upside down.
Turn the case upside down? He does say that, doesn't he? But I don't quite see how it applies here. Still, never hurts to give it a try, I guess. Let's see. Rather than Jinsei didn't remove the disguise, maybe she couldn't remove it. And rather than she didn't tell anyone about the disguise, maybe it was she couldn't talk about it. Was he in the Tenmataro costume? Oh.
Oh. A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He'd never unmask himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask turn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their mask is more important to them than life itself.
And what about the fact that it was the amazing Ninetales who opened the door? A mask that can't be removed in front of others. Can these facts turn things around?
Could he be the Ninetales? Oh, they put the mask on him!
We got it all backwards!
Apollo?
I think we might have made a huge mistake!
Your baldness. I see no need to further indulge them in this their silly little farce. The defense has no proof. They never did, and they never will.
Then it seems I must announce my verdict.
I do have proof!
Do you now?
All right, but this better be good, Mr. Justice.
We can solve the remaining riddles by turning all of our assumptions upside down.
The judge is like, oh God, no, not the Phoenix Wright technique. By using the Phoenix Wright technique. All right, we're gonna be here for a while.
Why Jinsei Tenma mistook Mr. LaBelle for her father? Why she couldn't remove the costume or tell anyone about it in the first place?
My gosh, his eyes getting dark. Did you see that? His eyes flash.
Think so? These riddles are inextricably linked to Mayor Tenma's secret identity. A shocking secret identity that will turn the entire premise of this case upside down. This piece of evidence clearly reveals Mayor Tenma's secret identity.
The mask?
The mask.
Take that!
Gah! What an absolute claptrap! Poppycock! Balderdash!
We thought the alderman was the amazing Ninetales, and the mayor was Tenmataro. That's why we believed the mayor killed the alderman in lust for Ninetales' veil. And it was the basis for the prosecution's entire case against our client. However, we got the whole thing backwards. Mayor Tenma wasn't Tenmataro at all. He was the amazing Ninetales.
Ooh, I like this song.
It's good.
What's this?
You best explain yourself, Justice Dono. And from where you derive such a far-fetched conclusion.
Jinsei no doubt knew the true identity of the amazing Ninetales. But she couldn't tell anyone no matter what. That's why she didn't say it was the amazing Ninetales she saw passed out. Even though, unbeknownst to her, it was really Florent LaBelle in disguise.
Silence.
Oh. The accused and the deceitful dandy are utterly dissimilar in physical build and voice. The little scamp would have seen the difference.
Objection.
Remember, Mr. LaBelle has his very own brand of cosmetics. Why couldn't he fake a different build, too? Anyone speaking through a mask would naturally sound different.
Silence.
Why did she not simply pull the mask off?
Objection.
A masked wrestler's disguise is more precious than life itself. As a huge fan of the amazing Ninetales, she would never dare unmask him. This case of mistaken identity also explains the riddle of the locked room.
Then by all means, Mr. Justice, answer it for us already.
First, Mr. LaBelle entered the room where the mayor and aldermen were talking. I suspect he brought with him coffee laced with some sort of sedative. Once the alderman was out cold, and that's when Mr. LaBelle killed him. Next, he took the mayor, who he had also drugged, into the Forbidden Chamber. Then he returned to the Fox Chamber, slipped into some of the mayor's spare clothes, and completed the disguise by donning the amazing Ninetales mask. With his entire charade in place, Mr. LaBelle then let out a scream. The scream that led Jinsei Tenma to the scene.
So then the person who said, "I killed Alderman Karubi" was...
Yup, that was Florent LaBelle in disguise. The mayor never actually confessed.
Silence.
Humph. This is no more than guesswork and speculation. Now stop your jabbering and...
Objection.
No, you twisted samurai. This time you stop your jabbering and let me finish making my case.
Arrgh!
Once Miss Tenma left the scene, Mr. LaBelle, still wearing the mayor's clothes and mask, opened the Forbidden Chamber so he could drag the mayor back out onto the Fox Chamber.
Oh, so the amazing Ninetales the mayor saw was...
Right. It was LaBelle opening the Forbidden Chamber. The second time Mr. LaBelle opened the door to the Forbidden Chamber, he happened to catch the thieving Mr. Filch by surprise. Startled, Mr. Filch, in his Tenmataro disguise, ran as fast as he could away from the room. And he did. As he did, he left behind him a trail of feathers and tracks. And gave Miss Tenma the scare of her life in the hallway. With no one left to witness the events that had occurred. Mr. LaBelle then proceeded to drag the sleeping mare back into the fox chamber.
I see. Well, that all certainly does make sense.
Then, after dragging the mare back into the fox chamber, Mr. LaBelle threw the mask out the window and fled the room.
Silence.
For this absurd theory to work, it requires that the defendant be the amazing Ninetales. However, he was the one pushing for a municipal merger. That such an individual could possibly be the amazing Ninetales is preposterous.
Objection.
The mayor was blackmailed into pursuing the merger. Miss Tenma's life would have been in danger if he had openly voiced his opposition. That's why he created a secret identity as the Amazing Ninetales.
Gah! This is madness! No one could possibly hatch such an insane plot!
No one except a killer as insane as his plot. And I'd say Florent LaBelle more than qualifies.
I mean, yeah, he is quite insane. Foolish mortals! It is at your own peril that you forget who I am!
Mayor Tenma, it's okay now. Jinsei will be safe just as soon as Mr. LaBelle is arrested. You are the Amazing Ninetales, aren't you? Who is it?
It's probably Jinsei. Oh.
Oh, his normal hair color is back.
Oh, he is blonde.
You have quite the active imagination. Mayor Tenma is not the Amazing Ninetales.
Objection.
What do you mean?
Well, has the mayor admitted to it yet?
But that's just...
And even if he did admit to such nonsense, I would reveal the truth behind Tenmataro right here and now.
What?
Why, you! You wouldn't dare reveal the secret!
My good friend, the alderman, told me all about it. But it wouldn't be good to expose the truth. What with the superstition, now would it?
The truth behind Tenmataro? What's he talking about?
So, go ahead, say it. Say, I am the Amazing Ninetales. I dare you.
Arrgh!
Objection.
Wait! Will somebody please explain what's going on here?
Mayor Tenma will do anything to keep the truth behind Tenmataro a secret. A dark, terrible truth that has been kept secret by the village superstitions.
And if the mayor admits to being the Amazing Ninetales, you'll expose the truth?
Right. I won't have him walking free because of some nonsense you made up.
Humph. So, what now, Justice Dono? Without the mayor's admission, your theories is as useless as you are in battle.
Show you who's useless.
Apollo! Don't you dare give up now!
I know. Your Honor, I believe Mr. LaBelle's statements warrant a thorough cross-examination. After all, the true identity of the Amazing Ninetales is the cornerstone of this case.
You do have a point there. Please answer this court, Mr. LaBelle. Is the defendant the Amazing Ninetales or not?
All right, I think this might be the last cross-examine.
Let's do this.
The Amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. But if he did admit to such nonsense, I will expose the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now. And that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as the superstitions say.
Upon the town?
Upon the town.
Talk about out of the pot and into the fire. At this rate, the mayor will be found guilty for sure.
Honestly speaking, if Mayor Damien Tenma is not the Amazing Ninetales, I'm afraid I don't see how the defense has much of a case here. And let's just leave it at that, shall we? We all know Alderman QB was the Amazing Ninetales anyway. I mean, that's how Ninetales Vale made a comeback. The Alderman was so popular.
We gotta think of the motive here. Why would he want the veil? Why would LaBelle want the veil so much?
There's gotta be a hole in that testimony somewhere. But I don't even know where to start.
Just start by poking holes at it. So we don't have any proof that the mayor is the Amazing Ninetales. Then we'll just have to get him to admit it himself.
But if he admits it, LaBelle's going to expose the truth behind Tenma Taro. Ah, we're so close! I know it!
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examination time.
Let's see. The Amazing Nails might... Okay, might as well press it.
Hold it!
This whole case only makes sense if the mayor is the Amazing Ninetales. I know you used his mask to create this illusion of a locker room murder. Of a locked room murder.
Humph. Nothing more than idle speculation. You have no evidence now, have you?
Objection!
Mr. LaBelle knows what this statue originally looked like. That means he had to be in the Fox chamber while it was still locked tight.
Sorry, but I heard about this... Sorry, but I heard about the statue from Alderman QB. If you don't believe me, just ask him. Oh, but what's that? The Alderman's dead? Looks like the joke's on you, my sweaty little friend.
Apollo! You mind if I wring his neck?
Wait in line, because I'm going first!
Temper. Anyway. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense.
Hold it!
The only nonsense here in this court is you and your assertions.
Such anger is terrible for your skin, you know. Beauty is like a flower that blooms forth from a serene heart.
Excuse me?
I wouldn't expect a wilted peasant like you to understand.
Damn.
Perhaps this fragrance will help the blossom within you bloom. Ah! You liked that, didn't you?
Enough jabbering about blossoms and whatnot. Get on with your testimony before I slice you into a bouquet of cut flowers.
Oh dear, please excuse me. As I was saying, the assertion of our wilted attorney here is utter nonsense.
But if he did to admit to such nonsense,
Hold it!
you'd be arrested, wouldn't you?
Yes, it's true. I would be sacrificed upon the altar of justice despite my innocence. But what a terrible loss that would be for the future of humankind's cosmetic needs! It is a tragedy that must be averted. Defend me if you understand this!
Silence!
The only terrible loss is the time wasted by your ceaseless yammering. If you would avert the tragedy awaiting you and the vexing visage of yours, then...
Yes, I know. Get on with my testimony. Anyhow, suffice to say, should the mayor admit to the defense's nonsense, I will make good on my threat and...
Expose the truth behind Temataro right here and now.
Hold it!
And just how did you learn of this so-called truth behind Tenmataro?
Alderman QB told me all about it. The secret of the Forbidden Chamber and the truth behind Tenmataro.
Why would he share secrets like that with you, Mr. LaBelle?
Because of the alderman's wife. I was looking after her while she was hospitalized. He appreciated it so much, he shared the secrets with me.
Wait, did he threaten the alderman in addition to the mayor?
Don't tell me that's how he learned how to open the Forbidden Chamber.
Needless to say, I'm not above revealing the truth behind Tenmataro.
And that would bring ruin upon Ninetails Vale, just as the superstitions say.
Hold it!
Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Isn't that what the village superstitions say?
Exactly. Telling others what Tenmataro looks like would reveal the truth.
I don't know why
What's it?
Reveal the truth.
You're rolling his R's now?
Yeah. Well, because it was capitalized, so like, it would reveal the truth. That's why superstitions were written down in the first place.
I could see him rolling the R's of important words.
This case is utter ridiculosity.
Oh my gosh, not ridiculosity.
And ruin coming down to the village if you free him? Is that a warning not to expose the truth?
And the truth is, Tenmataro is great greed-inspiring fortune. That's what the whole battle over Ninetails Vale is all about.
So it's all about a fortune.
Tenmataro is a great fortune? Hey, wait a minute. Check the court record.
I think I know what you're talking about. This right here?
Yeah, the quote-unquote treasure was pillaged long ago.
Yes.
Tenmataro is a great fortune? Come to think of it.
Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there.
So that's why he wanted the merger. He wanted control over the town so he could get that treasure.
Yep. So he could
We
gain
have our
access. We have the motive. He wanted access to the to that shrine to get the treasure.
Could Tenmataro actually be?
The Forbidden Chamber's treasure.
Telling the villagers that Tenmataro is a terrifying yokai is what had scared them away from the Forbidden Chamber and the treasure within.
They would never go searching into a place that if they caught like a glance at the yokai, they'll be pretty much chased out.
Right. That's how the treasure has been kept secret all this time.
Well, well, well. It seems our ace attorney here has uncovered the truth that must not be revealed.
Murtema looks like he wants to keep the truth hidden as much as I do.
Tragedy is doomed to repeat itself as long as Tenmataro exists. That's why the secret must be protected.
As long as Tenmataro exists, huh? Mr. LaBelle, please add that statement to your testimony.
All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna just do a quick bathroom break.
Okay. I'm gonna top up on my water in the meantime.
Okay, this will be a perfect chance. Everyone, if you need a snack break, now's the time. All right, chat, I am back. We are back. We are back. Roll credits. I saw that, Dr. Awesome. Yep, they said it. They said the word. They said the word. So we found the secrets of Temataru. Unfortunately, he is not an actual raven. Thus the raven nevermore.
All right, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Mr. LaBelle, please add that statement to your testimony. Tragedy is doomed to repeat as long as Temataru exists.
Hold it!
So in other words, tragedy wouldn't occur at all if there was no Tenmataro?
Yes, I suppose so. But that's wishful. Mrs. LaBelle. Yes. You don't say.
As long as Temataru exists, huh?
Oh, we present this. Temataru does not exist anymore. So there's nothing to fear for the mayor, and now he can confess.
Ooh.
How's the mayor supposed to admit to his secret identity now?
Well, we have to find a way to make him say it, or else our entire case unravels. There must be a hole in LaBelle's testimony somewhere. So the final statement, we present that statue.
Let's do it.
Objection!
That Trixie Tanuki comes in again.
Mr. LaBelle, what if Temataru no longer existed? Revealing the truth would no longer be an issue, would it?
If Tenmataro no longer existed. What on earth are you talking about?
Oh, apparently you hadn't heard. Tenmataro no longer exists. But I guess you didn't get to do a thorough search after the key was taken from you. Because when we searched the Forbidden Chamber, there wasn't any treasure there.
Really? Well, maybe you weren't looking in the right place.
Sorry, but I have proof that Tenmataro no longer exists. Take a look at this figure.
This is the treasure.
What do we have here? It looks like some sort of creature.
We found this in the Forbidden Chamber. It's an Azuki Kozo figure. The great thief Azuki Kozo used to leave them at scenes of his crimes.
Are you suggesting that Tenmataro has been stolen?
They stolen the yokai, dude.
Now he's out there just causing havoc. It's like, I took all your dry laundry off the hooks and put it on the ground.
We were making it so like Temataru was just like a little, like just an annoying little specter.
Exactly. It's like, I put one extra egg inside your cake mix bowl. Now your cake's gonna be flat. Oh, whoops. Yes, Phineas Filch's grandfather, a master thief, was the culprit.
And by that hideous, moronic caretaker's grandfather, no less? No! My beautiful golden Tenmataro was...
The greed inspired by Tenmataro can no longer bring ruin upon Ninetail's Vale. Isn't that right, Mayor Tenma?
The root of tragedy would indeed seem to be gone. In fact, I now recall the alderman revealing the secret to me the day of our meeting. He must have been speaking to Temataru, for he said to me the gold ingot was gone.
The gold ingot? You mean the treasure You mean the treasure that is Tenemataro's true form?
Recall, if you will, the scroll of the Forbidden Chamber. Temataro is a yellowish object shown there. A giant gold ingot that my nomadic ancestors bestowed upon Ninetail Vale. In return for that gold, my ancestors did receive from Ninetail's Vale land that would become Tenma Town. But drive the villagers mad with greed did that great fortune. Bitter was their greed-fueled battle. It was as if they were possessed. Oh, so the nine-tailed fox is not the savior that we thought it was. It was the living embodiment of greed.
Wow.
Everything is switched on his head. My ancestors' gold became as a curse upon their village, a curse of ruin. Thus, it was that the yokai Temataru came to be.
So, Tenemataro and the village superstitions were merely fairy tales to scare people away.
Fairy tales or not, Teremataro made quite the mess of things. Yes, indeed, for there is no greater monster than a mortal man's lust for gold. Well, you know what they say, the love of money is the root of all evil. My ancestors did bring a terrible thing here to Ninetail's Vale, a thing so terrible that Temataru, a monster just as terrible, had to be created to keep it a secret. Yet we have naught but love for the little village to which we owe our very existence. Timatown will never seek to take over Ninetail's Vale in a merger.
Oh my. That was quite a shocking lesson in history.
Mr. Mayor, now that we know Tenemataro no longer exists, are you ready to admit your secret? You are the amazing Ninetails, aren't you?
No! Don't do it! Please, no!
Be gone, you demented demon. Ahem. Now, where was I? The Golden Lord of Yokai, the amazing Ninetails, is indeed me.
And that means Jinsei!
Yes?
The man wearing the mayor's clothes who you saw collapse in the fox chamber. Was he wearing the amazing Ninetails mask?
Uh-huh. That's what made me think it was Papa. He said he was going to reveal his secret identity to Alderman Karubi that day, so it really wasn't Papa I saw there, was it? It was Florent's idea from the start. He advised me to reveal my secret identity to the Alderman.
Yeesh. Rube Goldberg machines have less elaborate setups than the Bell schemes.
I love Rube Goldberg machines. They're so cool.
Never seen one.
It's one of those you do one action and it just kind of does a chain reaction of other things. Like, have you seen where like someone pushes a like a marble and just like knocks into a like a line of dominoes? Stuff like
Yeah.
that. There's
There's a term for that?
yeah, it's a Rube Goldberg machine.
Huh.
Yeah, apparently it's just like by one action from a person, it could create a most elaborate scheme or setup to do another action.
Okay.
You may rest easy now, little Jinsei. That monster deception is through. Ka! Ka 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 ka!
The true facts behind this case have finally come to light. Mayor Tenma did not kill Alderman QB. But Florent LaBelle did.
How dare you, peasant! No!
Silence.
Uh-oh.
What now?
Justice Dono. You should at least have a real blade in your hands if you desire to cross swords with me.
Oh, come on.
Or have you mistaken this battlefield for a training ground?
What could he possibly have left? What's this guy want now?
Evidence is like a razor-sharp blade that cuts through bone as though it was butter. But you have only blind guesses. A dull blade incapable of cutting even a cake.
He has you there, Mr. Justice. After all, evidence is everything in a court of law.
But they're right. Let's see some evidence. Of course, a perfect being like me wouldn't leave any incriminating evidence behind.
This is quite the final battle. Just as the samurai must live and die by the sword. You will live or die by the evidence you hold. My swift blade of judgment awaits. Now, present your conclusive evidence, or don't you have any?
Oh, crud. Do I have anything conclusive? Evidence? Oh, I have evidence.
You do?
Of course. It's just the conclusive evidence we need, too.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to finally prove Mayor Tenma innocent. Here comes justice!
Brain blast!
Let's review the facts. The most damaging evidence against the mayor was the crime itself, or the crime scene itself. The mayor and the victim were the only two people found in the room. Also, we all thought the alderman was killed because he was the amazing Ninetales. But as we know now, of course, we were way off. The amazing Ninetales is really Mayor Damien Tenma. That's why when his daughter Jinsei saw the amazing Ninetales collapse at the scene, she mistook him for her father. Those are the facts as we have revealed. However, Mr. LaBelle asserts that he did not leave any evidence at the scene of the crime. But he didn't say anything about evidence outside of the crime scene. Maybe he isn't as clever as he thinks. Does any of the evidence found outside the crime scene provide clues?
Wait, white hair in the mask, right?
And the hair color spray.
Oh, what if he has the hair?
with-
What if he has the hair stuff to protect his graying hair?
Ooh.
if he does?
A clue inside the mask? Oh my gosh, this is looking like Danganronpa, by the way, a little bit.
Oh, sorry, that was me. Oh, I know. The amazing Ninetales mask was found washed up along the river.
White
So it
hair.
includes the There we go. And what about the hair it left in the mask? Who does it belong to?
Florent LaBelle.
Oh, right! That hair is Florent LaBelle's! Yes! Now that's what I call conclusive evidence!
Brain blast!
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have any conclusive evidence to present to this court?
Of course I do. Observe this mask, if you will.
That mask? How is that conclusive evidence?
It's not the mask itself, but the white hair inside it. We originally thought it belonged to Alderman Rex QB.
Yes, but the amazing Ninetales, as we now know, is Mayor Tenma, so...
That is correct. So the question is, whose hair could this be? And the answer to that is the last person to have worn it before it was discarded. That would be you, Mr. Florent LaBelle.
Oh.
What are you talking about? I never had hideous white hair like that!
Let's pour some water on that hair of yours, dude.
Silence.
It would appear your coup de grace failed to hit its mark. This freakish fop is not the white hair type. Because he's busy with one ludicrously garish color or another.
Objection.
Dude, you look like a skunk. You're not one to talk.
No, Prosecutor Blackquill. It is you who has made a fatal error.
But what?
Remember where this mask was found? It washed up by the side of the river.
Oh, and the hair color was removed because of the water.
Uh-huh.
He does have white hair. Oh, perfect.
With that in mind, this last piece of evidence will solve all the remaining riddles. Follow me, LaBelle.
That?
What is that?
This is Mr. LaBelle's own private brand of hair color. It washes out with just water. The court will also recall that the amazing Ninetales mask washed up along the side of the village river. Washed up alongside of the village river with white hair inside it.
Oh, it legit had a slash mark. What's this? Are you saying that preening Pegcock's hair color is...
That's exactly what I'm saying. Mr. LaBelle's hair color is a freaky work of fiction.
Dare I say, even a society?
But thanks to the river flowing through Ninetales Vale, we now have the real-life expose. The white hair in this mask is conclusive evidence proving you're the real killer. A DNA test is all we need to prove it, and we both know we'll get a match. Admit it! Florent LaBelle, you were the one who killed Alderman Rex QB!
You peasant! How dare you! Ah! I'm going to exterminate you! Ah! No! My makeup!
Gross.
Hello, this is LaBelle. What? The project is off? This is LaBelle. The sponsors have pulled out. LaBelle speaking. I'm fired? You mean I'm no longer Mayor Tinma's aide? Hello, this is LaBelle. What? There's a stratospheric damage claim against me?
Oh my gosh, his makeup has caused damage to the ozone layer.
$100 million? I did it! What's up? Take a look at me! I died!
This is preposterous. I, Simon Blackquill, defeated?
Order, order, order in the court!
That was a great breakdown.
Well, this is quite the unexpected outcome. I must hand it to you, Mr. Justice. You really turned this case on its head. Just like that other lawyer, Phoenix Wright.
Wait, that was a compliment, right?
Prosecutor Blackquill, what have you done with Florent LaBelle?
The defaced man has withered like a flower without water. One of the officers is currently tending to him with a sprinkler.
Wouldn't that just wash even more of his makeup off?
Allow me to explain the actions of the guilty party in detail. The motive, of course, was to steal the gold ingot known as Temataru. However, few are allowed into the manor due to the cultural ties to the Nine-Tail Veil. LaBelle set in motion plans to gain access to the manor and the gold within via the merger. But the efforts of the amazing Nine-Tails saw the plan come to a halt. And thus, LaBelle murdered the alderman and attempted to pin the blame on Mayor Tenma.
I see. But what I still can't comprehend is why would he go after the gold in the first place? Mr. LaBelle doesn't look like someone who is in need of financial aid.
LaBelle hid his past well, much like he hid his beauty with makeup. He's mired in debt. Debt due to pouring money into a brand only he could love. Which is why he sought the gold with such ferocity.
Too bad for him, someone else had already gotten to it first anyway.
I see. Very well then. I believe it's time I declared a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma, not guilty.
Confetti! Woo!
Yay!
Let's go! Ka 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 ka!
Court is adjourned.
It did feel like it did take a little bit, Dr. Awesome. I felt as if it could have at least taken at least like maybe 15 minutes out. But I did like the Apollo brain blast portion. I did like that. That was pretty cool. It had some style to it.
It's a good thing we decided not to try and finish it last week.
I had a feeling based off of the previous case that this was going to take a little bit of time.
That was some seriously good lawyering, Apollo. Even I didn't see that coming. Just got lucky, I guess. You banished Tenmataro from Ninetales Vale, like you were some kind of exorcist.
There's still one thing I don't understand. How come Mr. LaBelle didn't kill Mayor Tinma too? He could have set it up so the mayor murdered the alderman, then died from the counterattack. That would have removed at least one possible fly from the ointment.
I was wondering about that too. But I have a hunch LaBelle was biding his time. He was planning on exposing the amazing Ninetales' true identity himself. Huh? But why? Because the mayor was the amazing Ninetales. Had LaBelle succeeded in framing Mayor Tenma for the alderman's murder, the wrestler's popularity would have plummeted once his identity was revealed. Oh, I get it. If the amazing Ninetales was just killed, he'd die a hero. But if he was proved a villain, his fans would abandon him, making the merger that much easier. Right. Then when the merger was complete and everything cooled down, he'd be able to search the Forbidden Chamber at his leisure.
What an insanely intricate plot. Oh, thank you so much, Mario and Friends with the raid. Thank you. Welcome. Ka! Ka 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 ka! A most excellent job clearing my name! A feat worthy of a Demon Lord's approval!
Why are you acting like Tenmataro again?
Let this be no concern to you!
How could it not concern me?
I mean, you're not a doctor, Apollo. You're not like a psychologist. Terabutara, be gone! Gah! Jinsei, seems like ages since I laid eyes on you. Papa, you're finally back! Yes, it would seem Tenmataro is no match for you. Oh, does he, believe in his, he's playing a game kind of with his daughter? He just gets too into it?
It's a possibility.
I'm not scared of that silly yokai anymore. Your father's a free man now, Jinsei. Isn't that great? Thank you for all you've done. Seeing you guys in action, it made me feel like I don't have to be afraid anymore.
Wait, Jinsei is actually smiling?
This is all thanks to you two. Too bad the amazing Ninetales will have to retire, though. Aw, how come? Once everyone hears I'm the amazing Ninetales, my fanbase will nosedive. After all, I'm not the most popular of people. Another reason for my secret identity. I don't see how I could possibly continue. I think you've misjudged yourself. Take a look outside. Say, how did you mention it? What's all that noise out there?
A big crowd gathered outside the courthouse once the news broke. Seems they want to get a glimpse of Mayor Damien Tenma, the man behind the mask.
That's what the mask is for.
And to root for your return to the wrestling ring.
Rooting for me, but I thought I was nothing more than a malefactor in their eyes. The only ones who really mattered is Jinsei. Show her how cool you really are. Yeah, you're the coolest when you're out there fighting in the rain, Papa. Jinsei.
Here, I think you'll be needing this.
Take that!
Thank you. Now, if you excuse me. I don't want to keep my fans waiting. Good grief, he's naked!
Ninetales Vale forever!
Let's go! How Naruto would end if it was actually a good anime. I sure hope they could settle the problems between Timatown and Ninetales Vale.
Me too. I'm sure they'll be fine. After all, the blackmailers slash killers behind bars, and the merger's no longer an issue. Plus, the Amazing Ninetales is obviously still a hit, and I suspect Ninetales Vale will be too. And it's all because we believed in our client, just like you said.
Okay, people. Now that we've got that one in the bag, let's go get something to eat. I'm starving.
I know the best burger place.
Eat your burgers, Apollo.
Sounds good. I've been so nervous I haven't eaten since yesterday.
Better keep eating, Apollo, or you might just might have to start looking up at me.
Huh?
I'm definitely past my growth phase, and you should be about past yours too.
Are you kidding me? I'm just getting started. Ready or not, it's face stuffing time.
Keep eating like that, and the only direction you'll grow is sideways.
Oh, damn. Very funny. But I've got a hollow leg. I can eat as much as I want without gaining an ounce.
Really? Wow, I can't wait to see this.
Calories? Ha! Let's just let him try to stick on me.
All right, already, you two. Let's get going before the old man closes shop.
Oh, the salty noodle guy?
Oh, I hope not.
Yes!
Ugh. His broth was so salty it was like cardiac arrest in a bowl.
It was.
Eldoon's Noodles isn't an all-night stand, you know. I'm with you, Mr. Wright. Let's go.
I've been waiting to have a bowl from there ever since Mr. Wright told me about him. Well, what are we waiting for?
The noodles are on me today, so I expect some serious eating from you two.
Yay! Thanks, boss! I won't let you down.
Athena has no idea what she's getting into. Mr. Eldoon's noodles are so hot and salty. 2 bowls would kill a man.
Go get burgers instead.
That was our first case together, and it felt like nothing could bring us down after that. The dark age of the law seems so distant, so irrelevant to our small, cozy office. But little did I know that it had been lurking all along, right there behind us. The first time it made itself known was during the murder at Themis Legal Academy. That case would mark the twilight before the dark, cold night that was to come. Let's go. That was a fun case.
That was.
Go ahead, save. Return the game menu. What is the next one we're gonna? Just want to see what it is, you know, so we know what it is. The special issue. Okay, looks like it's an amusement park. Interesting.
Okay. So
Well-
this is the last one that takes place before this so-called Dark Age of the Law.
I guess so. Apparently, it takes place in between 2 and 3. And everyone in chat was saying you should play it. People on Reddit, when people were talking about the order to play them, was saying to play it when this game came out. They were saying play in this order.
All right.
Apparently, Dr. Awesome says, yeah, the DLC episode's pretty fun, honestly, despite being the more and less dark one. Okay. So that should be fun. It looks like we got some pirates. Yarg! We got some pirates! We get the booty!
We're going to find the One Piece.
The One Piece be real! Can you get much higher? All right, we will start that one up tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Next time then.
Next Friday.
Next Friday it is. Thank you so much for being here with me, Luke, or GCD.
Anytime.
Thank you, chat, for being here once again. Thank you so much, Mario and friends, for the raid. Thank you everyone for being here. And until next time, I will see y'all around. Peace.
See yous.